Hello and welcome to another 2-minute short video from Scantex. This one is going to be on InDesign Creative Cloud and units and grids for InDesign. What we're going to do is actually go through and adjust the preferences for InDesign so that we're working in the units that we're most comfortable with. So how do we do this? We have our InDesign open. Before we open any document, and this is the important part, we want to make sure we don't have anything open, is we go into our preferences and we go into units and increments, and we change the horizontal and vertical to the measurement unit that we're most comfortable with. So in our case, I'm going to change it to inches. That's what I'm most comfortable working with. For stroke, I leave it at points, and for the cursor key, I also leave it at 1 point. Once I've done this, I can hit OK, and now I'm ready to create a new document. I go create a new document, and we can see that it automatically comes up as inches for units. Now, depending on whether you're using InDesign CS6 Creative Cloud, you'll see a slight difference in this menu, but the important part is this is pretty much the same. It'll ask you the width and the height, your number of pages. So again, we always start with 2 because we want to do a double page spread. And we always start with an even page because an even page is a left-hand start page. So we're going to get 2 pages of a left and a right. I've adjusted my margins to give me a little bit of a top margin larger than normal. And I've given myself a little bit of a bigger margin on the bottom so I could put folios in that later on. Our final important part is the bleeding slug. Remember, our bleed is the amount of extra space we need when we want something to go to the edge. We need to pull it right off the edge just a tiny bit. If I take a look, I have preview on. Everything is looking okay. I can hit create, and I now have my 2-page spread with my ruler set up. Again, at any time, I can actually go through and adjust this to millimeters, change it back to inches. InDesign can also do this on the fly. So just to end this off, we're just going to create a simple box and say we want it really 1/4 the size of this margined area. Well, I have my full size box. I can pick my reference point anywhere I want. So if I want to resize it from the middle or from the left side or right side, I can do that. And all I have to do is say, I would like this to be 1/4 the size of the current box. So I can just say divide this by 4. So once I do that and hit enter, I now have a box. Because it was set with a reference point to the right, I have a box exactly 1/4 that size. So InDesign can work any way you want. If you wanted to change this and say, you know what, it has to be not 1.9375 inch, but it has to be exactly 3 centimeters. So I just make sure it says 3 centimeters and not inches. And again, it will adjust on the fly and do that conversion for you. That's a very quick overview of how we use rulers and setting your preferences for your new documents.